Hey cuties, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. Happy New Year. And today I have an exciting video. I've been kind of taking a break, but I have some exciting things to talk about today. So I hope you stick around. Okay, first things first, I just wanted to wish everyone again a Happy New Year. I hope you all had a great holiday. And if you're looking to kind of either restart your weight loss or health journey, or maybe start fresh and start a new journey, this video is for you. And I wanted to film this video to hopefully inspire you guys who are out there, like I said, starting a new journey or continuing a journey that you've already started and maybe need a little refresh like I do. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm also going to share my vision board with you guys. I did one last year and I wanted to show it to you again if you hadn't already seen it, and also talk about kind of what I accomplished and maybe where I fell short a little bit. It's a very small vision board. I keep it very simple. I do kind of an electronic version, so I can put it on my phone as my lock screen and see it all through the year. It just kind of reminds me of what I'm going after for the year. And I did make a new one for this year that I also want to talk about and show you guys again, maybe to give you some ideas of what you might put on a vision board for yourself. It definitely helps remind you throughout the year kind of what your goals are, and maybe new things you want to try or whatever you want to put on your board. I know some people do kind of cut out pictures in a magazine and things like that. But this was my way of doing it. I put it on like a collage situation with photos, either my own photos or some stock photos that I find online. But I'm going to share that towards the end of the video, so I hope you stick around for that. And just a little recap of where I am. I shared with you guys some of the things that happened when I did my 75 soft challenge, where I actually finally lost 50.3 pounds. I felt like it took forever. It really kind of did. It was like a year and a half. So I felt good about getting there. And now I kind of just want to change up a few things and continue that journey. And I'm hoping maybe to lose a little more weight in the next year. I'm trying not to set lofty goals because I think between my age, my thyroid condition, I do have PCOS, all those things make it a little harder to lose weight. So it's more about my health journey. As you may already know, I do weight training, and that's been really incredible. And like I shared, I'll link the video where I shared 75 soft results. But if you saw that video or maybe watch it, you'll see that I lost quite a few inches on my body, which is a big deal for me because sometimes the scale does go down a little bit, but the inches don't budge, especially in certain places for me. So that was really exciting. So I kind of have to focus on those things more so than the numbers on the scale. So let's talk about what I'm changing up for the new year. And the number one thing I'm going to do is increase my weights. So I do that periodically throughout the year. I started at a very low weight. I guess, like I said, it was a year and a half ago in May. And I started at a very low weight because I was afraid of hurting myself. I didn't want to go strong and, put it all in and then have an injury and I can't do anything. So I took it very, very slow, increasing it over time, whether it was the size of the weights or the reps. And I keep track of it in a notebook, which I'll show you what that looks like. And I do, each week I do my routine for the week. And I literally try not to memorize what I'm doing. And I really just look at my book and check it off. And you'll see the check boxes that I just check off. Because I feel like for me, if I memorized each workout that I did each day, I have an idea, but I would dread it and I wouldn't want to do it. And there are certain things, as I'm sure you guys, if you're lifting weights, They're not always your favorite, but you know you have to do them, and those are probably the ones you have to do the most. So I would anticipate it and kind of talk myself out of wanting to do it. So about a year ago, I just decided to write it all down in the book. I closed the book, I put it in my gym bag, and I don't look at it till that day when I'm ready to do it. Like I said, I do have an idea of what I'm going to do, but I try not to anticipate what the workout's going to be that day. Okay, back to number 1. I'm going to increase the size of the weights, and then I'm going to decrease the reps, which is how I started. So I'm actually up to 25 pounds. And when you start at like 10 pounds, that's quite a bit of weight. I also ordered another kettlebell, which I'm really excited. It's supposed to come today, actually, because I have one already that's 20 pounds. So I ordered a 25-pound kettlebell. I love using that, and I may try to find a few different positions that I can do or movements because I really love it. So I'm excited about that. And just a side note, I didn't really take too many moves away. I'm pretty happy with my routine now, but I did add a couple. So that's exciting. Again, I try to start really slow. And not that I'm old, but I'm a little older, and I really am so scared of injury. So I try to take it very slow. I watch videos where they show how to do the movements. I finally got a mirror, which I may have shared with you guys, in my workout area so I can see if I'm doing them correctly. So I'm just being very, very safe. So for some people, they may see that and say, my gosh, she can do more than 5 pounds on this or whatever it is. And again, that's for me. I'm just taking it very slow, very careful, just so I don't injure myself and ruin it. And number 2, I am going to continue eating in a calorie deficit, which I've done all along for the 1.5 years to lose the 50 pounds and all the inches. So I'm sticking with that. Again, I think I mentioned in probably the 75 soft video. I have 2 where I shared what I was going to do and the results. I'll link both of those in the description, but I might lower my carbs just a tiny bit. And I don't mean fruits and vegetables. I love to eat vegetables. I love to eat fruit, and I think it's very healthy. So I won't eliminate those. I'm talking like rice and pasta and potatoes and things like that. So that seems to work best for me, and I'm sure it has something to do with the PCOS. I just do best with that. My body feels really good. So especially at lunchtime, I find that if I have a salad with protein for lunch, it allows me not to get that kind of groggy feeling, around 2 or 3 o'clock. So I've always been that way. So I'm going to kind of concentrate a little more on being a tiny bit more conscious of the carbs that I'm eating. And for number 3, I'm just going to kind of share 2 things because they're a little bit smaller, but I want to journal again. Like I mentioned in 75 Soft, I did journal every day, and it really was kind of cool. I have journaled throughout my life on and off, never for 75 days straight. So that was kind of a little wake-up call as to how it really works. So I want to get back to doing that. I am going to try every day. If I get 5 days a week of journaling, I'll be happy. And the second part of number 3 is my yoga practice. I've been consistently doing yoga once a week, and I'm thinking about either increasing it to twice a week or making the session itself once a week on Wednesdays a little bit longer. I was finding that, I guess as time went on, it was like I was looking for the shortest session I could do just to kind of get it over with, which is hardly the reason for doing yoga. So I'm still kind of looking into that. I have a couple that I like to follow, and I know they have much longer sessions. So I'm going to work on that for 2025. And number 4, this one, I don't know, it's not my favorite thing to talk about. I did mention it, I think, like I said, in my 75 soft results video, and it's about drinking water. I have always had a pretty weak bladder, TMI, and I was finding, like, when early days of Weight Watchers, and they may still do it, you had to drink what is it, 8 glasses, 8 ounces of water, whatever it was. It was always just way too much for me. I just peed constantly, and it was literally just liquid coming out. So I kind of over the years stopped really pushing myself. I'd have my water bottle full, which is about 20 ounces. I had a little water in the morning when I first wake up. I also take Metamucil for the fiber. TMI, have no trouble being regular, but I do take it for the fiber. So that gives me about 10 more ounces of water. And I just felt that was what was working for me. I do want to try to increase it slightly. I think I'm going to try to go back to 16 ounces in the morning like I was doing. And in addition, having the Metamucil with 10 ounces. We're going to try it. And I know some people might say in the comments, oh, you just have to get used to it. I've given it so many chances. It's just a bit uncomfortable for me. So we're going to see how that works. I'm going to increase my water slightly. And last but not least, number 5, I am going to do 10,000 steps 6 days a week. That's quite an increase for me. I probably make it to 10,000, definitely 3 days a week, especially when I'm working out, because I do a warm-up, which includes steps, and then I do a HIIT training after the weight workout. That includes steps, of course, but I really want to get those extra few steps. I mean, I think I probably average around 8,000. I haven't actually looked at it, but I want to try to increase that a little bit. I know it helps a lot. I love to walk. I have no problem with that. Of course, January on Long Island is probably the worst time to try to do that because of the weather, but I have other ways to get steps in. And I don't mind walking when it's cold. If I can find it, I'll post a short that I did where I walked and it was so cold, but it's invigorating. It feels good. I mean, I don't think I would walk in the snow because I'd be afraid of slipping on the ice, but, and if it's raining really hard, I mean, I've walked in drizzle, but yeah, I'm not afraid of walking in the cold. I just bundle up, and like I said, it's very invigorating. My biggest problem getting older, I think, is my face gets cold. But I try to wrap a scarf around it. I cover my ears. So it's not the hardest thing in the world for me to do. So I'm going to have to concentrate on that. But that's exciting to me. I'm really excited for that. Like I said, probably 3 days a week I get 10,000 steps, but I want to increase that to 6 days a week. Okay, as promised, I am going to share my vision board from last year. I'm going to put that up on the screen and I'm going to talk about it. Okay, as you can see, I put a scale up there, and of course that was for weight loss. Then I put a pretty water scene, and that's for travel. We didn't really travel much this year for various reasons, but I still had it on the vision board. We did a little weekend kind of thing, so I would say I still accomplished that. I also put a bike on there. Bike riding I did not accomplish, which bothers me a little bit, so I did put it on my new vision board for this year, but I don't know what it was. The opportunity wasn't there. I didn't make kind of it a priority. So yeah, that I did not accomplish this year. So it's back on the vision board for next year. It looks like I put a baking thing. What I really meant to do was put cooking, which I've been doing throughout the year. That's exciting. I put those steps, which represent walking, which I've done. Of course, I'm showing some dumbbells there, and that represents lifting weights, which I did. I did yoga, as you can see by that visual. And then you'll see my iPhone camera, and that represents my YouTube. So I've been really kind of trying new things on this channel. This year, I want to try even more things. So I'm excited about that little thing, and I will share with you guys what those changes might be. I haven't kind of narrowed them down yet, but yeah, stay tuned for that. Make sure your bell is on. If you're subscribed to me already, make sure that little notification bell is on so you can see if I upload new videos or an extra video, hint, hint, we'll see. So yeah, that was last year's vision board. Not too bad, a little disappointed with the bike riding, but again, we're putting it on the vision board for this year. Okay, and here is my vision board for 2025. Pretty similar as far as the goals that I have, but a couple different things. So let me go through it. Again, I put a scale up there to lose weight. I really think I'll be able to accomplish that. I haven't set a number for the year, like I mentioned with my age and some other things. I'm kind of just doing my best, and we're going to see how the inches go, and how I feel is really the main thing, which I mentioned this past year, how good I feel. That's the biggest thing that's important to me. So, and then another thing you'll see on there, it looks like a stethoscope. That's just representing me kind of getting updated on all my doctor's visits. For some reason, all my visits come around this time of year. So I have to just do, the physical and different things. So that's what that represents. And the other thing is skincare. I want to start doing some skincare routines. I kind of fell off of that last year a little bit. I don't know. I've just never been, I've done the basics. I wash my face. I use moisturizer every single day. I've been really working on sunscreen. I find that's so important, especially as I get older. But I want to work on some other skincare things that I've done previous until I fell off the wagon with it. So, some extra, maybe a face mask or I don't know, extra moisturizer, different products like that. So yeah, that's on the board. Again, another bike is on there, and that's really going to be a focus for me this year too. I love to bike ride. I don't know kind of what stopped me last year. And really there were excuses, not valid ones all the time, but I need to make it more of a priority. And of course, I put the journal on there to remind myself I am going to journal more often. Like I said, I'm going to try every day. I guess I would say if I hit it 5 days a week, I'll be happy at least. So that's a goal. Then, of course, I have the water, which I talked about, and my yoga practice, which I talked about. I'm excited to try some different routines. It's been a little while since I've tried something new. And I've been doing yoga for years. I used to go to a couple of different classes throughout the years, and I just really enjoy it, which I should mention this now. I've noticed recently that my hips are a little looser and my legs, so that I can actually cross my legs when I sit down like Indian style, which it kind of happened like by mistake one day. And I'm like, oh my God, I can do this. I haven't been able to do that in years. And I really attribute that to the yoga and the stretching. So I'm excited about that. And then you will see, of course, the weights, which I'm going to continue this year. Again, increase the weights, try some new things. And then lastly are crafts. I want to continue crafting this year. It's always been something I kind of dabble in, but I think it will help me kind of relax, get my mind off things, and maybe, honestly, to stop thinking about food sometimes. When I'm in the zone of the crafting, it really, I'm not thinking about the food as much. So yeah, that's another goal. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. I, again, hope I gave you some ideas if you're looking to start a journey, continue your journey, maybe just need a little inspiration, maybe create a vision board for yourself. Again, I've seen a lot of people do the paper ones, which is a great idea because you're looking at it if you hang it up in a room where you go every day. For me, I just found it easier to do the electronic version and again, put it on my phone as my lock screen. I can look at it whenever I want. Every time I open my phone, it's there. So that's the way I like to do it. But we're all different, so you do what works for you. Please let me know in the comments where you are on your journey, if you're interested in starting a journey. If you got anything from this video, if you want to try some things that I'm trying. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And also, if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I have some exciting things I'm doing throughout the year that I'm going to change up a little bit on the channel. So I hope you stick around for that. And Happy New Year, everyone. Have a great day.